ask the question again.
Ready?
Yep, ready.
So Camille, can you explain me the benefits of coalition building, for example, with the RNF Philippines in relation to Frontline?
Okay, so in the Frontline project, I'm sorry, so hot, sorry. Again, so in the Frontline project, Disaster Risk Reduction Network Philippines was chosen as one of the implementing partners, particularly for the advocacy component. So DRRNet Philippines is a coalition of around 60 member organizations and practitioners, advocates for this disaster risk reduction and management in the country. So having the network as a partner in implementing the advocacy campaign, it helps us to really do the work simultaneously because there are three components in the advocacy project that was drafted during the Frontline project. One is to really engage with the national government agencies. So there's a group in the network who help us with that, to connect us with the right people, to connect us with the right connections on who to talk with. And then there's another component, engaging the champion legislators. So most of the network members have really an experience in lobbying the laws, implementing these policies. So we get to learn from these people, from the other members of the network. And the last is the mobilization of community support. Because at the end of the day, when the policy that we're lobbying for comes to a vote, we really need more people rallying to push for this. So we need the network. So having the network partner with us in implementation really helps us.
I'm going to ask you to simply summarize and condense, saying the importance of coalition building in Frontline with regard to those three components that you mentioned.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So the importance of coalition building in this Frontline project is having more people back you up in the advocacy implementation and having more people rally around the cause that we're really pushing for, and also learning from these people, from their experiences from back then, and using those experiences in implementing the same project in this case.
Fantastic, thank you. And can you tell me a bit about how do you see the sustainability and continuity of Frontline with regard to advocacy? Now that the process has started, now that you are pushing for that amendment in the law, but by the way, has it already happened?
No, it's still ongoing.
It's still ongoing. It's still in the technical group discussions. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think mentions it something in the case study, but could you explain a bit about sustainability and continuity of advocacy regarding to Frontline?
With regards to this advocacy project that Frontline has started, it kind of jump-started the process because Frontline has given funds for this for us to really implement the activities in the project. So even though now that the project has ended, because we have already the momentum in the advocacy implementation, other organizations now are really open into supporting the continuation of the program because they see now that it's moving and the benefits of this particular advocacy project if it's going to be implemented, if the law is going to be passed. So I think Frontline, as I've said, it jump-started that process for more organizations to buy in this program, because not a lot of organizations really are supporting advocacy activities because the process is long and you don't see the benefits on the spot. But since the Frontline project has invested in this, and other people are now seeing the benefits, so they're now also supporting. So in terms of sustainability, we believe that we can find other organizations that will support this and will push this advocacy activity into completion.
And beyond this amendment to the law, do you see any continuation with this coalition that has been built already in advocacy in other areas or other initiatives? Do you see any continuation?
Yeah, as a continuation of this advocacy activity, if and when the mandatory law is passed, we see that the members, the implementing partners of Frontline will be able to help us in monitoring the implementation of these laws, because even in the past, that's where the problem lies, in the implementation of the different policies. So now that, or if when the law is passed, we'd like to see if the local government units will be able to implement this, and our implementing partners in the communities will be able to help us with that. They'll be able to see what are the challenges. Do we still have to tweak other policies? Are there other policies that need to be amended? So we could continue. So the work will continue.
Okay. And finally, could you tell me personally, for Camille, what Frontline has brought to you?
Okay. Personally, I think Frontline brought me back to the importance of looking into the community, or going back to the community, because that's where the heart of all the advocacy activities that we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of advocacy activities at the national level that sometimes we forgot to go back to where it all started. And I think because the Frontline really is espousing that, going back to the front lines. So I think that's the impact of frontline process in us in an implementation of advocacy.
Thank you, Camille. That was great.
All right, I'm done.
That was awesome.
Thank you.